Are y'all there? Good morning. Let me tell you. So I called Mama. Let me tell you, my mama has no faith in me. Look, so I called her. I said, have you ever heard of that show 60 Days In? And she goes, yeah, I watched that. I said, I might send me in a casting tape. And she goes, Tyler, you would not make that. You ended up getting stabbed. You wouldn't make it past. I'm like, you don't have, I said, you think I'm just not strong? She says, that's not what I meant. She said, but she said, believe me, you don't want that. You don't want to do that. And I'm like, oh my God. Uh, you ever heard of that show before? You ever heard of that show before, 60 Days In, where it's like it's a reality show, but it's in a real jail, and you go in under an alias, and you go in there to spend 60 days in jail to help the jail realize where their drugs are coming in from. They're like being an informant, right? And I told her, I said, you know what? Because I've been watching this show for a long time, right? I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do that. Like, and she goes, she just shut me down. She goes, she says, Tyler, you will not make that. She said, you will not make it. I said, you don't know that. I said, you don't know how strong I am. I said, you trying to say I'm not strong? She goes, no, but you could get stabbed or um, all this stuff. Um, and I'm like, my thing is, because I live a very spoiled life. I'm like, how would I be able to do that? But I ain't actually gonna do it. I think I would fail. I would fail probably miserably. It's on A&E, the A&E channel. It kind of hurt my feelings. She think it's basically saying I'm weak. Ah, but see, I'll if you hear it's just the people on the ceiling or the roof. They're doing the roof. Ooh, it's loud. I didn't realize how loud it was going to be. It's out of last until he goes on with all kinds of bitches and house rats. Ah, because I always wanted to like see the inside of a jail, but not necessarily be there. Not be in jail literally. But I'm like, that'd be a perfect opportunity for me to see what it's like in jail. Because I always, I have a lot of relatives that have been in jail, and I'm like, I have a lot of relatives. I'm like, they always tell me how bad the food is, how miserable it is. I'm like, well, I'd like to go to jail, but not go to jail for something I've done, but for a TV show instead. I would so do that. Like, and I looked up the casting, right? And I can't find the casting info or how to get casted. I guess they use a casting agency, is what I'm assuming. Because I'm like, I try to look it up because I was like, I'm gonna send me in a casting video or something like that to go up in there. You know, it's on A&E channel, and I looked it up and I couldn't find the casting information. Where do you think my mama was coming from? Was she basically saying I was weak? I'm like, I said, how you know I won't make it? She goes, cause I know you won't. Ah, I mean, imagine what kind of cred that would give you, street cred at that. Like, imagine if I went up in there and I actually lasted the whole 60 days. Like, I could prove people wrong. It kind of makes me want to do it just to prove people wrong. Like, I can do it. Um, so, but I probably my luck is as soon as I don't get those French fries, as soon as I realize that the menu don't have French fries, I'd be like, I don't know if I can do this. There's no French fries here. There's no lattes. I would probably not fucking. You don't need street cred. I'm assuming that's what you meant, Janine. But imagine the bragging rights that would give you. Imagine the bragging rights. Like, imagine I'd be on top of the world if I actually did it and I actually lasted. Like, imagine the bragging rights I would have. I lasted on 60 days in. Imagine the bragging rights. Y'all don't have no faith in your boy. I see how y'all are. Well, I'm glad you liked it, Johanna. See, you know where I would fuck up on that show? The second they say, so what are you in here for? And I go, embezzlement. They said, well, why are you in this? Well, I would fuck up because I'm not good at lying. I suck at lying, right? And the second that one of the inmates would say something like, why are you in here? I'd go, for embezzlement? And then I wouldn't even be able to, I would fuck up because I cannot lie good. So whatever, whatever story the show would give me, I wouldn't like be able to lie about it. I'm like, oh my God, I ain't gonna be able to lie. Because I'm horrible at it. Ugh. We do have faith, but jail, hell no. Look how white my teeth are. I get my new bridge soon. If y'all don't motherfucking talk, I'm getting off of here, all right? Do you know there was a spider that had, they look white as hell out here. You like the OnlyFans read last night? Happy birthday, Anna M. Happy birthday to you. She did a good job on that bridge. Look at that. Can't even tell. You would think that's my real teeth. It's just that it's it's healing still, but I get my permanent one in about. I said, I'm gonna sign up for 60 days in. She goes, Tyler, you will not make it. You will not make it. She's been to jail before, right? And she said, it's miserable. You won't make it. I said, I know I am a little spoiled, ain't I? She goes, yeah, but she said, it's miserable in there. And I wouldn't be able to leave the show because you know how you can leave anytime you want? All you gotta do is give them a signal and they'll let you leave, right? I wouldn't be able to do it because my pride would get in the way. Like, no, I'm not gonna go down on national television as a motherfucking chump. I'm not. Like, I'm sitting my ass up in here, like, and I don't know street talk. I don't know street talk. I don't know it. I don't know it. So I get up in there and they would know immediately that I'm a part of either a show or an informant. They're gonna know because I don't know street talk. Like I don't go around saying uh like street talk. I don't know it, you know? And so they would scope me out. The inmates would scope me out immediately. Like immediately. I wouldn't, so I guess I'm not a good candidate, but I just was like, if any show on TV that I want to do, it'd be that show right there. If there was any show like fuck Big Brother, fuck all them other ones, that's the show I would want to do the most, you know. But my thing is, I wouldn't be able to leave because I wouldn't be able to. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go down as a chump on national television, being one of the ones that left, like you see the other ones do. The ones that freak out, they'll go in there talking all this shit. Like I ain't gonna leave unless I get shanked. One guy said, "I ain't leaving unless I get shanked. You have to shank me to get me out." He didn't even make it past intake. He goes into intake and he says, "I'm ready to go. I can't do this." Like, how you gonna go in there all that shit you talked and then leave? I know everybody's breaking up. Everybody's breaking up, throwing their love away. Ain't nobody gonna love me better. I must stick with you for it. Yeah, if y'all don't let me say something right now. Nobody's talking. I guess I ain't giving y'all nothing to talk about. Well, if y'all ain't gonna say nothing, I'm gonna get off of here. I don't have much to talk about. I just wanted to voice my craziness. I'm like, she don't even believe in me. She don't even believe in me. Okay. I don't want to talk about zodiac signs. I don't even want to talk about zodiac. I don't even want to talk about zodiac. And you know what would be my downfall if I did a show like that? You ever who in here have you ever seen the show? That way you'll know what I'm talking about. Where I would fuck up is, when in the men's jail, I noticed that don't really happen with the women on the show, but in the men's, they're separated by race. They're all like if you go up in there as a certain race, you gotta hang out with that certain race. And I'm already racially confused, right? I wouldn't know which ones to hang out with. Like I wouldn't be with the white folk. I'd have to be with the black folks. Cause my thing is that's where I would fuck up, like having to choose a clique. I wouldn't know what to do. Like my thing is, because I see people go up in there, like especially in the men's prison, like you have the whites to themselves, the blacks to themselves, and the other races to themselves. I would not last because I'd be racially confused. I would. I don't miss the South at all. I don't. I don't. Let me stop talking about this damn show. Reason why it's fresh in my brain. If you're one, Alexa, turn off. Actually, never mind. I forgot. I don't have it hooked up yet. Or let's see. 1 second. Reason why it's fresh in my brain is because I'm watching it. That's why. If you're wondering, like, where is this coming from? I would definitely not classify as a skinhead. They'd know immediately I'm not no white guy. You know, let's be with the black people. I'd go over to the black people. That's where I would feel most comfortable, anyways. Let's see what you classify. I'd go over there with them black folks. That's where I would go. White people make me uncomfortable, especially white men. White men just. I've never really been friends with a lot of white men. They kind of like give me the creeps. Oh, I remember you. I remember you. You're the one. I remember you. Where we go from here? I sure do. Now it's clicking. Now it's clicking. Yeah, white people, and I have a lot of white. Majority of my subscriber base is white, but Lord, I feel so uncomfortable around white people. I get so uncomfortable. Like when I get around white people, let me tell you, I go crazy. And I had one time this. The reason why white people give me the creep is because they always like would say some odd shit, right? Like for example, I'm very high yellow, I guess you could say, right? Sometimes people don't clock my blackness immediately. It takes them time to like listen to the way I talk, all that, right? And I had a white guy tell me one time. They said you need to, because I have ways of acting like. Now I won't say black, but that's how they were basically trying to say it. And they told me he said you need to act. He said stop trying to be black. You need to act your race. And I go, I know the motherfucker did not just say that to me. I've had a white person tell me I need to act my race. Basically, and I'm like, okay, bitch, my father is a black man, you whore. I didn't even know what I could say to something like that. And ever since I've been around white folks, every time I'm around them, they always say stuff about black people and don't even realize. Because a lot of times I don't, I don't tell and I've had a white person tell me, you need to act your race. Stop trying to be a wigger. I've been told that before. And that was actually when I was in high school. I was told that. They said, why you try to act black for? Like, you need to act your race. Stop trying to act like them. I've been told that. And it's like, okay, I am acting my race, you slut. People think that black folks only come in one shade, and that's it. Like, there's white people, there's white people that think like that. And I've had them like talk about black folks in front of me. So I really have. But then again, I'll get around black folks and they'll sit and just dog white folks out. So it's like you can't win for losing or lose for winning. So, but yeah, I've been called a wigger before. Literally, I have told me to act my race and stop trying to be like them. I am them, you whore. So, but then I get around black folks and they talk about white folks like a dog. But then I get around white people, they talk about black people like a dog. And believe me, let me tell you something. For you ones that have white friends, and you look obviously black, just know when you turn your back, and take this from me, the second you turn your back, they're talking. All right, they're talking. They're talking. So they're talking. Like that time, my friend, I won't say her name, but she told me, she said, will you come hang out with me this weekend? I said, sure. And I had never met her parents before, right? So I was very, I was already at odds about it, right? And I told her, I said, your parents won't care. And but you don't look like them, so they won't care. You won't look like that. You don't look like them. They won't care. My mama and daddy won't care. I think I've told y'all that before. I'm telling you. So I have very bad trust issues when it comes to white people. Now, am I saying all white people are like that? No. But let me tell you, I've had some moments with them. So, and when black folks do it, now here's the double standard here though. When black folks do it, I don't take offense when they talk about white people. I think they have the right. You're probably gonna say, Tyler, how dare you say that? Fucking listen to me. White people wouldn't put into slavery for years. They wouldn't put into slavery for years. They wouldn't. White people have always enslaved people, stolen land. So I think when a person of color is against white people, I feel like honestly, they have the right. I'm sorry, I feel like they do. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real with you. And my thing is and this is what bothers me, when white people say on these comments and stuff, well, how can Black Lives Matter? Because every life matters. Uh, excuse me, excuse me. My thing is, Black lives do matter, and police don't show that Black lives matter, because the second that they see that you're black, they're gonna pull you over. They're gonna automatically think that you have a gun. All that, they always think the worst. You don't hear about white ladies and like upper scale white people getting pulled over and killed and shot, but you hear about a black person that was just out running errands getting shot and killed. Like, so, I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's cases where white folks have gotten killed for bare minimum, but still, it's like when they say Black Lives Matter, that's the point. We're not saying other lives don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So that's why I try to tell folks, you know, so, but yeah, it's a double standard, because anytime I watch everything white people say, am I offending people? I don't care. I don't give a damn. I watch everything that a white person says. But if a black person says pretty much the equivalent of what the white person said, but in a different way, I don't take it as offensive, because I know where it's coming from. I get where it's coming from. So I'm saying I get it. I get it. And here's another very unorthodox belief that I have. Foreigners that come over to America and try to act disenfranchised and all this stuff. Okay, but you flew here, and that's what I'm offended everybody this morning. I don't give a fuck. You flew here. You knew America and its nasty racist past. So if you didn't grow here and you flew here and you come here talking about racism, you knew what you was getting yourself into. So I have no sympathy for you. Like, and that's the way I put it. You knew what America's nasty racist past is, and you still chose to come here. So therefore, that's your problem. That's your problem. Don't come over here from India or Asia or all these other places, people of color, and then get mad when you can't go signing a deal with the devil and then get mad when he comes back to collect. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't come over here talking about race. You knew what you was getting yourself into. So I don't give a fuck who I offend. You know what I'm saying? I lived in Bakersfield for a few months actually. I don't mind Bakersfield. If I had to move to California, if I had no choice, I'd probably move to Bakersfield. I really enjoyed it. It's trash. It's trash is what it is, and I loved it. I mean, I should have called this "Let's Talk Shit." 'Cause that's what I'm doing, is talking mad, stupid, crazy shit. So, you see what I'm saying? I should have just called this "Let's Talk Shit," because that's what I'm doing. So, and what kills me is foreigners who down America. But what's the first place they always want to move to as soon as they get that visa or immigration? You know, what's the first place they go to? America. They'll sit and talk about it, and then that's the first place when they get some money and they're able to like move. The first place they want to move to is America, but they sit and they down it when they're out on the outside, like, oh yeah. And here's another thing that bothers me. I'm gonna talk more. I'm gonna talk shit. Another thing that bothers me is when people that are not from here move here and they come here and they try to say, "Oh, pride. I have pride in my race, pride in that." Okay, but you're in America now. If you enjoyed your country so much, why don't you go back and be all celebratory there? That's why my that's what we say. That bothers the shit out of me. That's like me moving to, let's say I moved to Russia, which I never would in a million years. I wouldn't even visit there, to be honest. And I go over there, I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be an American. And I'm walking on the streets. Okay, but why did I move there for? If I'm so proud to be an American, why didn't I just stay in America? And it kills me. Okay, if you move to America, you need to assimilate to our ways. All right, you need to be an American. If you're gonna move to America, be an American. All right. Who am I offending? I don't care. I don't care. So, like, my thing is, don't come over here with that bullshit. Like, I'm proud to be this. I'm proud to be. No, the Muslims what bother me. Let me tell you, Muslims don't bother me, but it's how they come over here, and they think that we're supposed to like back. Like, okay, here's what I don't get. I'm gonna get really offensive here, and I don't care. So you moved from a Muslim country where you didn't feel safe. You felt all type of ways, and you moved to America, and you're bringing all those customs over here, and it acting like we're supposed to like bow down to that. No, like no, that's just not how it works. Like my thing is, you moved from your country because you wanted a better life. Like then assimilate to how America is. I've heard foreigners down America, and you living here. I You think I'd get the same amount of freedom if I went over to a Muslim country and I started talking about how bad Muslims are and how I don't. You know what I'm saying? I would be fucking killed. But they can come over here and be all kinds of disrespectful, and just because the freedom they get away with it. That ain't how it works. If you're gonna move somewhere, act like you want to live there. That's the way I put it. I ain't got nothing against immigration, but if you're gonna come over here, you need to assimilate. You need to get with the program. That's the way I put it. So I can't believe I'm doing this tangent this morning. I need to stop, don't I? So be right back. Yeah. Everybody's so anti-American until they can get the means to come here. Then all of a sudden they want to be in America. Like every time, like you don't ever hear anybody talking about, oh, I want to move to Europe. No, they go straight to America. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. But everybody is so anti-American, but it's the first place they move to when they get a little money in their pocket. It's the first one they move to. And I'm gonna need these people outside of America that move here. Stop thinking that America is just LA and New York. There's many places in between that. There's more to see than that. Every time like, oh, I want to move to LA. I want to move to New York. No, the fuck you don't. Because when you get there, you're gonna realize how fucking miserable it is. There's places in between those that are a lot better. There's 48 more states you can choose from, but they always seem so focused on, oh yeah, when I move to America, I'm gonna move to LA or I'm gonna move to New York. Okay, move there and you're gonna see how fucking miserable you are. So everybody's quiet when I'm talking like this. Drives me crazy. That's the number one places they always, and a lot of foreigners, they think that you can travel America. That one part was disappointing. What was disappointing? What was? How did I disappoint you? Um, a lot of them think that you can travel America within a day. No, you can't. America is huge, giant, huge. You will not get here off the plane, rent you a car, and see all the way from LA to New York in a day. I don't think I think they underestimate how much. Like I've heard them like I've heard people tell me like, oh yeah, they thought they were gonna be able to travel all this way within a day. No, you need to book you at least 2 weeks stay in America if you want to see it all. Not even 2 weeks. 2 weeks you won't be able to see it all. You won't be able to soak it all in. America is huge. So, so, right? So, but yeah, they always think. But yeah, but I'm all about legal immigration. I really am. I'm all about it. But if you gonna move here, then you need to because I see this a lot, especially in Atlanta. It's bad in Atlanta. Like you have Somalians that move there, like it's like a Somalian hotspot, or like you see a lot of Indians move there, and they'll come here acting like they can't stand America. But okay, but why'd you move here? Why'd you move here? If you're so proud of where you came from, then why didn't you just stay there? That's my problem. So if you so proud of where you came from, why didn't you just stay there? I can't believe I'm having a tangent today about this bullshit. So, and a lot of people don't realize how dangerous America is. It's dangerous living in America. America has become a war zone, you know. So, thank you. Thank you for the compliments. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm smoking cigarettes again. You were definitely looking like guy on OnlyFans. What do you mean, like guy? You were definitely looking like white guy on OnlyFans. What do you mean by that? I try not to speak on things. Yeah, I have lost weight. Absolutely. Teeth looking good in this lighting. Look at that. Full mouth. Yeah. I've lost altogether since I've been fasting 17 pounds. 17 ain't much, but that's enough for me. I mean, I'm gonna do more, but that's good enough for me. Yeah. Um. But that I have a feeling that one day if I ever travel outside the United States, I'm gonna want to live somewhere else because my luck, I got money to where I can live where I want to now. And I've thought about it. If I ever visit a country that I love, I'll apply to live there. I sure will. Like, I think one place I'm gonna end up loving is London or Europe. I could see myself like becoming infatuated with it and going, I want to move here. Like that's the beauty of my life. I can live wherever I want to live, wherever I want to live. And I got to thinking, I'm like, I bet if I ever visit like a country and I end up loving it, I would live there. I would so pack my shit up, or I would just sell my stuff and live there. I sure would. One second. One second. Y'all hear them on the roof? But then again, the locals there will probably be mad at me because I moved there. They'll probably think, go back to America. So that's why I'm very, look, that's why I'm very, like, I'm very liberal when it comes to immigration. Because I can't imagine moving somewhere, right? And people saying to me, go back to your country. That must be the most, like, gut wrenching, gut punching thing ever. Like, I can't even imagine if you want to be a citizen of a country and you're not welcomed in. That's got to be the biggest punch in the motherfucking gut. That's why when it comes to like foreign people that move here, like I'm very cool about it because I wouldn't want nobody doing that to me. So I'm saying, so I know Blue Diamond. Why are y'all always stating the obvious? I know this stuff. And you know, I would love, you know, I hope in about 100 years in the future that Christianity is not as prominent as it is now. I had seen something about a poll or like a voting thing where majority of people are becoming less Christian, right? Like, I hope that that's not the reigning religion in the next 100 and something years. I think we need another like belief system. I really believe that. I'm gonna be really disrespectful. Because I feel like Christianity has reigned too long. It really has. And I would love to, like, in 100 years, if I ever reincarnate, I get back on Earth, and the majority of the religion is something very different than Christianity. Like, could you imagine if the main religion becomes something totally different? Like, you know, I think Christianity needs to go out of style. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I'd love a, I'd love a future where people are less spiritual, to be honest. Like where they're not, like they don't really subscribe to no religion. I'd love that. I would love to see one day that happen. You know, it won't be in my lifetime, but I hope years to come that it's not that Christianity has gone out of style. You know, because I think that's a very bad religion. I think it's a cult. I'm gonna be real with you. I think Christianity is a cult. I feel like it ruins minds. I really do. I think it's horrible. And for people to bring their kids up in that, like I was indoctrinated into it. I had no choice. You know, I used to spend a lot of time with my grandparents, and they used to make me subscribe to that bullshit. Like, you know, like if I ever had kids, they would not be a part of no religion at all. Like, like they can be in the, you know, astrology, all that stuff. But when you live, if you living under my roof, there won't be no Christianity. And that's the way it would be under my roof. There will not be no Christianity. Absolutely not. Bye, Ashley. Have a good one. See ya. Like there will not be no Christianity under my household. Like you can be non-spiritual, but if you want to grow up and get 18 and move out and you want to be religious, go for it. But not under my roof. You won't bring that into my house. So you will not bring that into my house. Now, having a belief system, like having a belief in, you know, God and all that, that's fine. But when you start getting into that Bible stuff, that Bible dogma, you won't have that under my roof. You won't have that under my roof. So that's the way I put it. Like, I told you I was going to offend some people, and I am successful at it. I offended folks. I love it. I love it. Yes, you won't have that under my roof. Like my sister don't let her kids be religious. Like she told me one time, and I actually applauded this. She said, "I don't want my kids having that, like having that belief." Period. I said, "I don't blame you." And she said, "I don't. We don't. You know, she don't let her kids celebrate Christianity." And here's the problem with Christianity is that they think they're the only ones that are right. You know how many times I've heard Christians say it to me directly? They'll say, "Well, you got to have God. The only way that the heaven is through Jesus. You know, only way through." Why do you think that your religion is so important like that? That's being important. Okay, but you have some. This is what bothers me. I'm all about, you know, you can believe what you want. Here's my problem. They think they're the only ones right. So they literally by their own logic, they think if you don't have if you don't call Jesus Jesus, that you won't be able to make it to the kingdom. Keep that in mind, right? But what about the people that were born in some remote place out in the middle of nowhere and they worship Muhammad, all right, or Allah? So they're not. That don't make any sense. So they get to heaven or they get to the other side, and Jesus goes, "Well, you were born in a Muslim country. Unfortunately, I can't let you in because you never said my name. All you ever talked about was Allah and Muhammad. So we can't let you in." That makes no sense. What if he was born in some place that worshiped Buddha or, whoever, whatever belief? If you worship a cat with 6 ears, so they can't get to heaven? That makes no sense. That makes none whatsoever. And that's my problem with Christians. They tend to think that they're the only way. That's my problem. So they think they're the only way. And look how many times they've used Christianity to start cults. Look at Jim Jones. Okay, don't tell me Christianity ain't evil. Let me tell you. Look at Jim Jones. He convinced thousands of 1,000 people to move over to some fucking third world in Guyana, right, in South America. Convinced them under the guise of he was this Jesus following weirdo. Turns out he's fucking the men and the women in the congregation, right? He was a bisexual monster. All right, look, and then he ended up having them drinking Kool-Aid that cyanide laced Kool-Aid. But keep in mind, he used God to reel them in. He had a thing called People's Temple, and reeled them in. And then look at these people on TV, these televangelists. They sit and have people send them money for their televangelist or for their congregation. And they're sitting there buying yachts, buying private jets, all this stuff. Don't tell me Christianity ain't fucked up. So I'm saying, don't tell me. So, thank you, Richard. Don't tell me, you know what I'm saying? So you can be mad, you can be upset, but I'm just telling you, what I see when I see these Christian. Look at Creflo Dollar. Look at Benny Hinn. They all sit there and claim they can have these, or not really Creflo Dollar, but Benny Hinn. He claims he can heal folks, and sitting there living in $10,000 a night hotels when he's in town for the congregation, like buying yachts, buying private jets. See what I'm saying? Yeah, Christianity is a joke. I'm sorry, it's a joke. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Maybe when Christianity started, it had good intentions. Now it's turned into this bullshit. Like they say, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So, that's why I would not allow, that into my, no. I don't even like being friends with Christians. I don't. Because every time I used to have this one prominent Christian friend years ago, and all he did was talk about how I need to join the church, all this stuff. I'm like, is this motherfucker brainwashed or what? I mean, he's a drive me motherfucking crazy. I had to stop talking to him like, bitch, go on somewhere with that shit, bitch. So I'm saying? And you the same one cheating on your wife. But you so godly. And you telling me I need to go to church, but you're cheating on your wife. So how many years did you have to go to church? Oh Lord. Growing up, I had to go all the time with my grandparents. I used to hate going. Literally, she has a joke about it. Remember the joke I told y'all? Every time I see her, she goes, she said, you remember when I used to get you up, me and your granddaddy? She says, me and you, we had to fight. We had to fight. Tyler, you remember that? Remember when you wouldn't get up to go to church and you used to fight me and your granddaddy? She says, me and you, we had to fight. She said, remember that? We had to fight. She said, you didn't want to go to no church. And she says, is there a church in Las Vegas? I go, yeah. And she goes, do you go to it? No, I don't. And she gets so mad. I said, I ain't going to no church. I don't want to go to church. She's 84 years old. She asks me the same question every time. I don't want to go to no church. I don't want to go. No, me and you, we had to fight. Y'all don't hear that banging? It's the roofing people. I don't see if y'all can hear that. They're up there fixing the roof because it had a leak in it. Yeah, they thought they was doing a good thing, and I don't deal with. I don't. It's the roofing people. They're up there on the roof. Um, I don't deal with churches and all that stuff. Like, and the only reason why Christians even go hard for church, they think they're going to go to hell. What you know? What keeps here's what kills me. What keeps people so focused on religion is their fear of dying and their fear of hell. And I don't fear hell. If I wake up on the other side and I'm over there with a guy with a pitchfork poking me and he's red, okay, I fucked up. But I just don't believe that that's the only thing you have to subscribe to not see. I believe that when you die, all right, when you go to the afterlife, it don't care what you believed in. It don't care. We all came from there. We're all gonna go back there. We're all gonna go back to the source. And the people that are bad, they just reincarnate until they learn that lesson. Now, see, this is where I'm not atheist in the sense that I don't have some type of spiritual belief. I have some type of spiritual belief. I don't believe that you go to hell or heaven. I feel like when you do die and you do that life review and you see the way you treated folks in life and you feel how they felt when you treated them that way, like I feel like you mostly judge yourself. You're not being judged by some deity, right? And I think when people reincarnate and stuff, they may feel like they have other lessons to learn or they want to correct certain things they did prior. You see what I'm saying? Hence why we have karma and all that stuff. Like, I do believe this, and I do believe this. I believe that when you have a shitty life and your life fucking sucks, like you poor, your ass is sagging, your body don't nobody want you because of the way you look, you ugly as a motherfucker. I believe that you are paying off bad karma. Or you have a shitty husband that beats your ass and your parents couldn't fucking stand you. I believe that you are paying off like a karma debt. And I'm being I'm being so mean today. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I don't care. Like I believe that but I think that if you've done good things and all that stuff, then I feel like when people have good stuff happen to them, it's probably because they did do good things prior, in a prior life. All right, I do believe that. So, but I also believe that good souls have bad things happen to them, and it's because of a lesson that you subscribed to. Sorry, it's a lesson that you decided before you went down. I'm gonna learn this in this lifetime. I'm gonna learn what it's like to be cussed out, called all kinds of bitches, have people, and I'm gonna learn what it's like in this life to be a spinster, be old, and never find love. I want to. Next life, I'll have a full life love where they're there my whole entire life. This life, I'll just decide to be single and learn what it's like to be alone and not to have nobody. Like I do believe people, So I know I sound crazy right now. So because I believe for some people, love is not destined for them. They think that it is, but it's like you probably came down to learn something else and to fulfill another purpose, not to be in a love relationship. You ever look at certain people and go, how do they get that relationship? Here I am single. You ever like thought that before? That's probably part of their path. That's part of their path. They were meant to meet that person. Those two were meant to learn lessons with one another. You may not have chose a path like that. Maybe you didn't choose had to have love till like your 50s or 60s. You never know. You ever hear about them people that find love when they're like 60, 70? So how do you not know that you're not one of those people that chose, you know what? For the first 30, 40 years of my life, I'm not going to have anybody. I'm going to focus on this or career or business. You're here to learn a lesson. And no God or devil is going to stop that. Stop that. So I'm saying? So I would love to believe that people like Hitler went to hell and Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer. They ain't in no hell. My thing is, they probably gonna have a lot of lessons to learn. I think hell would be a fucking, what do you call it? A scapegoat. Or I think hell would be kind of light. I think the true version of hell is having to come down here and learn something again. Could you imagine anything worse than that? That having to, Because think about it, you live this long life, you're fed up with life by the time. That's why a lot of old people, when they get toward death or they get real, like I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get out of here. Could you imagine living 80, 70, 80 years? You get over there and you got to come right back. That's got to be the worst. So I can't think of anything worse. Maybe they come back as a black woman. Well, you ever met them white people that act like they black and they think that they are? I think that they were black in a past life. I believe that. I really believe. I believe people that are racially confused probably were that race, another race in another life. Then they come in and go, "What the fuck? Why is my skin this color? Why is my dick bigger? Why is my dick smaller? Why ain't got that? Where's that juicy ass that I had? Wait, no. Why is my ass juicy now? Like it used to be flat. I used to be able to, it used to be flat. What happened? Like, and they look at like, oh my god. And I believe that, transgender people, there is a spiritual thing. People think people are just trying to be another gender. No, the bitch probably was a motherfucking woman in like 12 lives before this. Then they decided to have a dick in this life, and they come in going, "What the fuck is that? What is that? What do I do with that?" And they think that's why you have kids thinking that they're like a woman when they're actually a man. And I believe that. Like, what the fuck is that? Your soul has a memory, right? Hence why some people remember their past life, some don't. But like I believe that. I believe that when people come in, I would have probably been born Asian, red rose to be honest, because I want the hair. I would have probably like been Asian, or I would have no, I would have yeah, I would have been eight. No, I would have been white and Asian, because I think that's a cool look, and I also like the hair combination. Because my next life, I refuse to have curly hair again. Fucking fuse. I know that may sound kind of crazy. You asked me the question and I answered. She says, if you would choose what race you would want to be born in, I would probably be Asian. I'd probably like a white and Asian, because I like that the hair. So I will not have another life where I have curly hair at all. What race would you be born into if you? So I sure would. My next life, if I have another life, I'm gonna have straight hair if it fucking kills me. All right, I'm gonna have straight hair if it fucking kills me. So I refuse to have another life with this type of hair. I don't want to be blind. I want to be a black-haired Asian. I want black hair again. I don't really like lighter hair. Not on me, at least. I don't mind it on other people. I just don't want it on me. Hence why you don't see me dyeing my hair. So I'd have dark jet black hair and Asian straight. So that's true. White people, but see, it's going through a thing where white people want to be black now. White people want to be black now, and so, and you know what kills me? Okay, if a black person wants to get their skin bleached, everybody goes up in arms. But when these white folks go out and sit under the sun and get darker than me, then it's no problem. No, you can't have it both ways. See, white people get tans, nobody says a motherfucking thing. But if like Lil Kim or whoever want to get their skin bleached, oh, all of a sudden it's a problem. And here's my thing. I'm an advocate for people if they want surgery. If you don't like something, you correct it. Although I think you should embrace your skin, because I think dark skin is so beautiful. It really is. It really is. But if she don't like that about herself, I don't think she should be down for it. I really don't. See, this is where I'm about to get really make some people upset. I don't care. I think if you have the money and the means, and you don't like something about yourself, and it makes you feel good to go get it fixed, you should be able to go do it. You should go do it. So I want to be any complexion that can tan. I look like a lobster. Well, me and you both, because I can't. I get burnt too. I get burnt too. Like I see people down Lil Kim. Like if you watch a Lil Kim video, you'll see the comments are just down on her ass. If that's the way Lil Kim, even though she looks crazy, I granted that I'm not saying she don't look crazy, but if that's the way Lil Kim wants to look and she paid for that, that's the way she wants to look. She's clearly had some skin bleaching done. You don't go from dark mocha skin to light skin like that. She had some bleaching done, you know. That's true, KD. There's a lot of double standards. There really is. There's a lot of double standards. But so I'm like, why am I ranting? Stop! Shut up, Tyler. Shut up. But personally, I think Lil Kim looked great back in her notorious Big days. She looked so good. Like I looked at some old clips. That woman was a knockout. I don't understand why she thought something was wrong with her. Like at all. I don't get it. But I'm still all for it. If you want to change the way you look, you change it. If you got the money for it, you go for it. So I got to watch an old clips of '90s rap. The murders of Tupac and Biggie and all that. I got to watching it. Why am I ranting? Shut up. Are y'all really embarrassed by my behavior? Y'all should be. Y'all should be embarrassed to even want to watch me acting like this. I'm really just ranting about dumb shit. Stupid shit. Yes, time consuming. I don't know if I want to read. I get so nervous when people read me. I get so nervous when people. I just do. I get nervous. Well, thank you, L. Appreciate that. Yeah, I was watching old clips of Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac. Imagine if they had lived, they would have been like even more iconic. But then again, I go, well, if they didn't, if they, them dying probably made them more iconic too. If they had lived, we would have just got so used to them that we would have just looked at them as another rapper. But I think what made them iconic is them dying, unfortunately, which is kind of sad, you know. But see, Lil Kim, yeah, she looked great before. I will say that she did. Well, thank you, KD. But yeah, I'm an advocate for not really an advocate, but I'm all for plastic surgery if it's done right. Some people look crazy coming off the table, off the surgery table. They look crazy, but if you want bigger lips and pouty lips and stuff like that, I didn't get bare. Well, actually, my bottom lip's big, but my top lip is no lip. Look, I got juicy bottom lips. Yeah, it's crazy when I drive in Vegas. I always think Tupac was killed here, which is so tragic. You know. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Thief, you're funny. I still want to do 60 days in, but I probably wouldn't last. Mama's probably right. I thought that she was like dissing me, saying I'm weak or something when she said, you won't, but she said, you can't do that. You trying to say I'm weak, lady? There was a leak in my ceiling when it rained. It rarely rains in Vegas, but it rained pretty heavily for one time, which is rare. And there was a leak in my ceiling, and they found the leak, and they're up there fixing the parts that need fixing on the roof. That's why you hear the banging and stuff. Everybody talk to me. Nobody's saying nothing. Please talk to me. I'm sitting here. Nobody's talking. Please talk to me. Yeah, please press the like button. That'd be nice. That would be nice. Yeah, I'm still gonna move. I'm just getting the finishing touches done before I leave. Rihanna, if you can tell me that, I would love to know myself. I sure no more dead birds. Ever since I've been putting that I put those floats back in, they stopped dying in the house. Or dying in the house. Dying in the pool. I'm ready to get the fuck out of this house and find me a better one. Right now I'm just getting any finishing. I don't want the new owners coming back to me saying, you sold us a house with a leak in the roof. No, because guess what? There is a shed outside that has all the records of everything that's been done to this house. And guess what's being added to those records? The receipt for the ceiling repair. So don't come to me after talking about if no. I still can't find a house that calls me. I can't. Tennessee, I wouldn't fit in Tennessee. I wouldn't fit in. That's very distracting, that banging noise. I don't know why I'm moving. I just feel called to move. I can't even answer that question. I just feel called to move. I've thought about moving back down south. Not Georgia necessarily, but down south because I'm like, well, at least I'd fit in because I have the accent. Over here in Vegas, my accent stands out so much. It's so annoying. I mean, I can't count how many times people say, "Where's that accent from?" I say Georgia. They go, "Oh, I could. Oh yeah, the Southern." I'm embarrassed. Let me tell you something. One thing that I'm embarrassed by, I don't even talk about it that often, is my Southern accent. I am so embarrassed because people think you're dumb when you have a Southern. People think Southerners are dumb when we're actually really smart people. But then again, why would I care about the opinions of people that talk about my accent? Because okay, do you make as much money as I do? You probably don't. So if I'm so stupid, how the fuck have I made this much money in my lifetime? You know. So I do kind of miss one thing I miss about the South is being amongst my people because they're not going to sit there and notice my accent because everybody has the well, majority unless they're a transplant to the area. You know, if I found, I mean, I would love to keep this house, but it's really a lot of upkeep. People don't realize how much the upkeep of these houses, these big houses, like the yard, everything. Everything's a big upkeep. Yeah, I have a very fast talking way. Southerners usually talk like this. You know, did you bring the potato salad? We're gonna have a cookout. I'll bring the hot dogs. Y'all bring the potato salad. And who's gonna bring the pecan pie? Any goers? Any takers? Who has the pecan pie? Because no, I forgot the pecan pie. Who's gonna bring the pecan pie? I'm gonna make the biscuits and the gravy. I'm gonna make the baked macaroni. Um, Somebody needs to bring the fried chicken. We can't have it without fried chicken now. So, oh, bless her sweet little old heart. I miss hearing that. Oh, bless her sweet old heart. You don't hear that in Vegas? Oh, bless her heart. Massachusetts. Will somebody close the door? I gotta take a shower. Oh, I'm smelling bad, Ma. I gotta take a shower. Ma, is the water hot? I gotta take a shower. Don't get fresh. Don't. Uh, will somebody close the door? In the South, that would be. Will somebody close the door? Close the door over there. Go over yonder and close the door. Yonder. Or Oregon. I think I want to see Oregon. I always wanted to see what it looks like. Bless her sweet little old heart. Why does it look like that picture's moving? Look, let's look at it. Look at the look at it. Look, it looks like it's moving. At least to me. I don't know why it can't pick up that picture. That the picture's not moving. But if you look, it's kind of shifting a little bit. I think it's because of the focus, the autofocus. You know what I miss when I used to go into restaurants and stuff? Hey, darling, what can I get for you, sweetie? You don't get that in Vegas. Over here, if you go sit somewhere and eat, what can I get for you? Is that all you want? All right. Even my sister, when she visited here for the first time, she said, people are so rude here. She said, no, not rude. She didn't say rude. She said, people are so, they talk so differently here. I said, I know, I told you. In the South, you know, a lot of places, right? You go into like a Southern restaurant, I'm gonna sit you down, sweetie, and what can I get you to drink? All right, sweetie, it'll be right out. Like you don't hear that here. Like I miss Southern hospitality, damn it. I miss it. I miss it. What can I do for you, sweetie? Darling, you know, all that. Yes, y'all. We don't people that say you all, like no, you supposed to say y'all. That's a Southern saying. Y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna get off of here because I have to, in case they need to contact me or something, because my doorbell don't work and I have to like stay on alert. So, Boston, coffee, honey, Georgia. I do miss Georgia in certain aspects. I miss the South a little bit, but it's not enough for me to want to go back. You know, I'm like it's not enough for me to want to go back fully. I don't miss all the bugs and the humidity. I don't miss the humidity. I love how it's only 5% humidity here, but in Georgia it'd be 80% humidity. Here, all you highest humidity gets is what 6 or 7%. So I don't miss all the bugs, and there is bugs in Vegas, but they're mostly outside. And ever since I've been spraying, I haven't seen no bugs. Like what it was, I wasn't spraying when I moved in. I just kind of took for granted. I'm like, oh, there won't be bugs here. This is a nice house. And lo and behold, they started getting in. So I started spraying, and I ain't seen one since. Why were you scared to move to Louisiana? Why are you scared to move there? I love how now when I went to New Orleans, I love New Orleans. I love the trash of it. It's just so fucking trashy, and I love it. Like it's almost like a down south trashy version. Well, no, it's like a down south Vegas. It's got casinos and stuff, right? Trash, voodoo shops. I'm like, this is my type of shit where you can get you a pack of cigarettes and some tarot cards right next to one another. You can go get you some cigarettes at the gas station, and right next door is a voodoo shop. That just is like fucking amazing to me. Like, if you want some witchcraft items, you just stop by the voodoo shop. I love it. Love it. I have been to Savannah, Georgia. I've been there like, what, twice, I believe? Twice. Once in eighth grade, and then me and mama went a few years ago to Savannah. We went and walked around. Sure did. Right? Has anybody in here seen the horror movie Hatchet that's based in Louisiana? You know, with Victor Crowley and the Louisiana swamp? Or am I the only one that's seen that? You know, I'm a horror movie nerd, so I've seen a lot of horror movies. That made me want to visit New Orleans again, watching the Hatchet series. So, you've seen Hatchet? I love the movie I love all four of them. There's four. Uh, Hatchet 1, 2, and 3, and then you got the Victor Crowley uh, one. And I love that. I love it. How it brings the New Orleans like folklore into the movie. Like I love that. That's why I love New Orleans for that reason alone. How the darkness of it. It's got a really dark history, and I love it. Yeah, I love Vegas. I always will love Vegas. I really will. All right. With that being said, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. All right, and I will talk to you later. Leon Pay Road. How do you pronounce Tyler in Australian accent? Tyler. I don't know. I had no. Bye, y'all. See ya.